Assuming all the sound still works, but possibly not.
Oh, what? What is lameness? Lameness. Oh, look at the skills.
Okay.
I'm a little off center. Actually, I'm a little off center.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay.
We're going. With whatever this is.
Metroid versus Punch-Out.
Yeah, welcome to 2TV Gaming, where we are playing two games that have nothing to do with each other.
Well, that's okay. Let's be clear. This is kind of a, that like stupid expression, apples to oranges, and you're like, they're both fruit, they're both round. You would probably both use the same unit of measure to, like you could probably measure them both in a similar type of system, like kilograms. Is that a thing? That a thing the Brits would do with their tea?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's kilograms of tea. That sounds right. I need to figure out why this doesn't see my controller. Why is nothing working today? What's happening? What is happening? Oh, I think it's because I started it without my controller turned on, and it gets confused about that. So let me try that again. Start up Metroid. There we go.
Oh, nice. This exists.
What exists?
This exists.
Good.
If you look at my Twitter stream, or my Twitter thing, I said, going live on twitch.tv, we're doing Punch-Out and Metroid. Is that a thing? Why not? And someone does have a GIF of Little Mac destroying Metroid.
What?
Because as you know, that is the main character in the Metroid game.
Metroid,
Popular
yeah,
Metroid, where you play Metroid. Might be Captain Metroid, it's hard to remember.
Hard to say. Metroid's a pretty interesting game, and I will admit, like, even though I'm a huge Metroid fan, have been for many years,
defeat the Metroid of planet Zebeth
for some
and
reason,
destroy the Mother Brain, the mechanical life vein, Galaxy Federal Police, M5100.
Windows just decided to rotate my monitor for me, which is going to make this a little more difficult. Why it did that is
are you going?
anybody's guess.
Playing? We going?
Trying to. Yeah, we're going. That was really bizarre. I've never seen that happen before.
Alright, well, basically, welcome to, I don't know what the heck this is. We ever get a name for this?
2TV Gaming, I guess.
2TV Gaming? Fair enough. I mean, just the in general. But we've been doing retro...
Yeah, I don't know.
Retro Nintendo games. I'm your co-host, Ray Alvarez, aka Nerd Numbers, with our other co-host, Landon.
Hello.
Aka Sideways Monitor McGee.
Yeah, all kinds of technical issues today, which is strange because we've been doing this for a little while now.
Well, just your thing decided to die.
Oh yeah, I'm not playing on my mini Nintendo this time because it is not working for some reason.
Oh, by the way, I just tied, in theory, for the high score on ball. Let me see if I got the decimal correct. Nice. Okay, that is officially a world record on Glass Joe.
Really?
Well, because there is a 4-frame time where you can knock Glass Joe down, and he's always guaranteed to go down. So it's one of the most well-known, ridiculous world, like, it doesn't count. Like, it's a world record in the sense that, let's say in Metroid, you could kill a Metroid with one Metroid in the Metroid level.
Yeah, this is all making sense, yeah.
Everybody would have done that and you'd be like, it's not impressive that you one Metroided the Metroid and Metroid level, right? Oh, we had two people. I don't know if that was you watching too, but we lost. We
I'm
lost one.
I'm
There
one
were
of them
two
watching.
people
Oh,
watching. They were like, nope,
like nothing's
peace.
happening. All right. So like I was saying, I've huge Metroid fan, but I've never gone through the original Metroid.
So, do you know how? Like, this is an interesting, original Nintendo question. Like, do you know how?
No, I don't. Like I don't.
So let me
I, I've
ask:
I've
Are you
gotten.
gonna do game facts? You're gonna look stuff up? Or are you gonna try and do purely organic?
I would really like to beat it just by playing it. Just
All right. Well, this is entertaining.
yeah.
I just want to get a stream of me beating because we did do. So we've been competing in various franchises, and I'm not competing in Metroid. I don't care. I never liked Metroid, but it'll be entertaining to watch you. We did Mega Man with a final score of 5-1. And the replay, by the way, the thing that finally did me in is you were just actually faster at the replay of the bosses.
Oh really?
Yeah. Level wise, I was actually a little faster than you, I think, even with some, typos. But you were just much better at the bosses than me, and that, because we came down to the wire, and I think
It was close. Yeah.
it was very close when I watched it back. Basically, you beat the bosses faster, and I think one mistake I probably made is I tried to save the tomahawk because it makes the final Wily easier. But I think it would have just made, if I was doing strategy, it would have made more sense to beat that boss quicker.
Yeah.
But yes. So we did Metroid. In theory, we kind of did Punch Out, although neither of us beat it on stream. But I got significantly further than you, so I've won the I've won the Punch Out battle. You've won the
The Mega Man.
Mega Man battle, and you're going to. I'm just like defaulting. I'm like, nope, I'm not even competing in the Metroid battle. And we'll decide if we do something else. We were thinking like long time ago. We were thinking about maybe playing through Xenogears together, or a watch, and that still seems like fun. But at the moment, we're on a bi-weekly schedule, and in the most generous cases, Xenogears is a 56-hour game.
Yeah.
So it would take over a year, or almost over a year to finish that. So, so in Metroid, let me ask you. I'm watching your screen. In Metroid, do you have a life bar? You have EN74.
So that's one thing interesting about this game. There's a lot of interesting things about this game, actually.
Oh, there is. I'm sure.
And one of them is you don't start the game with full health. You start the game with you're almost dead already. So you start with 30 health. Even when you die and continue or use password or whatever, you start with 30 health, which is really annoying. And so you have to pick up all these little health things. So yeah, I do have 74 health. It's kind of unique
So how
as
did
far
you
as
get up to 74 already if you started with 30?
when you kill guys, they drop things, kind of like Mega Man or a lot of other games. So like these guys will drop little energy circles sometimes.
Oh, by the way, you probably weren't aware of this one. I'm cutting you off for my guy. But this one's funny because the first Don Flamenco, he's got a weakness where if you just alternate left and right, he goes down.
Nice.
So he basically lets you punch him once, he does one punch, and then if you just alternate left and right, he goes straight down. And this is another easy world record. In theory, I'm not going to get it because it's like 27 seconds. But that one's a really common one because he can sometimes stay down. All right, so you're dropping health. I remember this level. We bought this game. I had this when I was a kid, and I remember playing this part, and never got much further.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem. I never had this as a kid, but one of my neighbors did, and I was like, hey, what's Metroid? Can we try that? And he's like, no, it's really hard. And he showed me a little bit of it, and so some of my earliest memories were him playing some some bubble area, bombing secret passages, and I thought it was interesting, but yeah, I had no idea what was going on. And that's part of what makes this game so hard is so many of these areas just look exactly the same, and I should be drawing a little map because this game doesn't have a map unlike later Metroid games. And since everything looks the same...
What about visors and stuff? Like, can you scan through walls with your cool vision?
No.
Are there missiles in this one?
There are missiles.
Ooh, nice.
Yeah, there's a fair number of, like, kind of classic Metroid upgrades that started in the very first game here, but yeah, map or figuring out where you are, it's not one of them. And in fact, kind of ridiculously, is you'll see how far I'm shooting, like, especially when I'm running forward, like, it goes almost nowhere. I can almost punch that far.
So is this like Castlevania based where you start upgrading that though? Because I know like Castlevania had that stuff with the whip, and then you get better whips that go further.
Yeah, exactly. And so I will find something soon called the Long Beam, which is like one of the first upgrades you get, which will allow me to shoot all the way across the screen, like you would think you'd be able to in any game.
Well,
so Samus game...
actually, it's kind of funny. I'm actually on the side here, because, I mean, in a lot of old Nintendo games, that kind of logic of you kind of start with a weaker weapon and you power up, I'm a fan. And I mean, even story-wise, I could buy what you're saying, right? Starting with 30 health, it's like, well, it depends on the premise on the Metroid game. I don't know the story of this one. But, like, if you crash land on a planet or something, it kind of makes sense, so...
Yeah, I didn't crash, though. And they always have to come up with some reason why every Metroid game, Samus was super awesome, like last time you saw her, and now she has no weapons. And so this time, like, she didn't crash land. I don't remember. I think she's just here because she just didn't, alright? I could find...
Prove it.
Because she's a bounty hunter. She's on a mission to like, fight... Oops. Not sure. I should probably have read the instructions to find out exactly what Samus knows at this point in the story. She's probably here to fight the Metroids, or the Space Pirates, which are kind of her ongoing enemy.
Well, don't the Space Pirates want the Metroid for evil or something? I don't know.
Yeah, they do. They wanted to take over the universe, or the galaxy, or whatever their scope is.
How they gonna do that? Oh, what'd you just do there? You, like, teleported.
I just went in a door.
But you, like, when you were falling down, like, there's a little thing that stopped you and you, like, teleported through it.
I don't know, that might have been a streaming thing.
It looked like you teleported.
And then everything goes all
for
kinds
a
of damage.
For a game that's just, you know, built on reaction speed, a really good thing to have is another game on in your side view.
Yeah, I know, right? And I went the wrong way, because like I said, I don't really know what I'm doing in this game.
How do you know you went the wrong way, then?
Because I came across doors I can't open.
Well, why can't you open the door?
Because they require missiles, and I've only got this,
It doesn't seem like a very good door design if you're supposed to open it with a missile.
I've wondered that for a long time. Like, who designed these things? Like,
by the way, we're like revamping like Penny Arcade strips, because I remember one of the Metroid, like one of the re-releases, like on GameCube or whatever. They were like joking about talking to the designer of a temple. Mm-hmm. And they're like, "All right, so we really like the temple, but how do you get in?" And they're like, "All right, well, so here's what I'm figuring. You blow up this door, and then you have to like turn into a ball." And then, like, go through, like, a slide-like area.
Yeah, it really makes no sense at all. I think one of the places that's really highlighted is in the beginning of Super Metroid, where you're on, like, this research station. Which is fine, you know, and there's, like, scientists there, but to get places, you have to be able to jump, like, 20 feet in the air across these, like, platforms that are just kind of fixed. It's like, why? I don't think the scientists are doing this. Like, what's happening?
Well, I mean, we've done this enough now that we're turning broken recordy on old Nintendo games, where that is always a persistent question on any storyline. So, you know, for instance, in the Mega Mans, in all of them, the storyline essentially is Dr. Wily, through some way or another, so let's see, the different versions are, he reprogrammed Dr. Light's robots, he made his own, him and Dr. Light made research robots that went haywire, turns out he reprogrammed them, it's what he does. What? You like fell on the stuff and then came up, or is it just like it missed a jump?
I fell down and I jumped
there's
up.
There's like a flickering on yours, so occasionally it looks like you teleport. But yeah, so anyway, you've got all these stories of like the 8 robots are here in these areas, and you kind of have to go, okay, so they're in this area, and this area has themed bad guys that, you know, are their henchmen. But the story kind of is they just went haywire and Mega Man just came online, so like how much time did they have? How much time did they have to prep?
Mm-hmm.
And so same type of thing. It's like, yeah, okay, the story is I've got to save these scientists or whatever. You go, okay, well, how much time has passed, or like what has occurred? But that's kind of old Nintendo in general. Of if you really think about most of the games for 2 seconds in terms of prep time or whatever, you're just like, what?
Right. At least, like, in the case of Super Metroid and the scientists we're talking about, we know how much time has passed because they tell you, and we know what's happened because they're all already dead by the time you get back.
Wait, they're dead?
Yeah.
So how do you know the scientists weren't just like frogs?
Because you can see their bodies on the ground.
Well, how do you know they couldn't like jump?
Well, I don't know. And it is a space station, so they probably could, like, float around, except...
Or maybe you're like in that big metal suit, or maybe your suit has anti-gravity. By the way, I want you to... If you watch this stage, I'm going to show you some bull... Like a hack on this guy that's built into the game. Oh, I just messed it up.
The hack is to, like, get exhausted and get punched in the face.
Yes. No, if you duck, he like pauses and just lets you punch him.
Nice.
So if you just duck, he just stays still and lets you hit him, which is fun.
Oops. But yeah, something else kind of interesting is, like you noted, I fell in this stuff and I jumped out. And when you're in there, you're taking damage. And so that's different than a lot of Nintendo games where you have a certain number of hits, or if you were Mega Man, you would just instantly die. Yeah, it just kind of slowly does damage, which is something didn't see a lot of back in 1986. And I did pick up an energy tank, an E-tank, so I've got an extra 99.
That does the like little pit that seemed to remind me of like Castlevania or a few other games. Same idea where.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, this and Castlevania, like, that is the name of the genre, right? Metroidvania. So they have a lot of similarities.
I mean, in both you have a whip.
You have a whip in both. Yeah, you're fighting Dracula.
In both you fight vampires.
Very gothic themes. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, I thought you were playing Castlevania at first.
Yeah. Pretty sure I'm going the wrong way.
But it's the idea basically being kind of the semi-open world.
Yeah, and that's another unique thing that kind of Metroid brought us, is it is like an open, connected world. So there's not like levels, and you can always go like where you first started, and there's a lot of backtracking and just kind of figuring out where to go next, a lot of exploration. Which, like I said, is a little frustrating when everything looks identical, but it's a cool idea. Yeah,
I like remember these things that were just exactly what you're saying, just very confusing.
Yeah,
right.
It's super confusing, and it's really frustrating because when you do end up in a place you're not supposed to, or it's just kind of a hard game anyway, and you die, then you lose all this progress, and you only start with like 1 or 2 hits worth of damage left. And
oh yeah, so what is the passwording system, etc. in this game?
It's a password like old Nintendo games. So there's no battery, and when you die, it gives you a password that will respawn you with like all the power-ups you found and like the beginning of the area you were just at. And that's about it. Oh, taking all kinds of damage.
Well, oh my God, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
How are you not dead? You're at 0.
I have that blue square is a full E-tank, so I've got another 100 health. Oh, no.
What
No, I don't.
nonsense is this?
Metroid games, like, they still do this. They still have the E-tanks.
So you're like out of health, but you're not. All right.
I got an extra. I got like.
Whatever.
You know, like when you run out of ammo, but oh no, I got another clip. You know, I can reload.
And this is the bald bull way. You just punch him in the stomach.
Be fair, that'd work against me too.
You were running at me full speed, and I like jabbed you in the stomach.
Yeah, that would go down.
I'm actually doing pretty good. Had to take Soda Popensky to round 2, which was kind of embarrassing because I got hit a bunch, but so far so good.
I should probably be a little more careful. Yeah, I'm sure what I'm doing would be the most frustrating thing ever for like an experienced Metroid player, because I'm totally lost already.
Like, you said you're not.
You
don't have a map or anything. So how are you keeping track? Like, what are you doing?
Well, I go into an area and I just go up as far as I can.
So you're doing depth, like you're doing depth first search with the direction being up.
Yeah. Yeah, but then I forget what was where and I get lost anyway. Like, I really got to find some missiles, and then I can like start my search over, because I've been through several. Oh, here's some missiles. As I fall into the whatever this orange stuff is supposed to be. Yellow.
Looks like quicksand, but then apparently.
Yeah, and something.
Oh my gosh, what is going on?
So one thing that's actually really cool is so Metroid 1 takes place on the planet Zebes.
I thought it was Zbeth.
Zbeth?
It said Zbeth in like the little intro thing when you started the screen.
That is possible. But it is Zb's.
Sure it is. All right, continue.
Ever since.
Zbeth. All right.
Yeah, and I know I say things different than a lot of like streamers do, but my way is correct.
Yeah, most streamers actually call it strammers.
Because I've been playing this longer. Not this one exactly, but I started with Metroid 2 on the Game Boy. But yeah, so you're on Planet Zebes, and Super Metroid also takes place on this.
You in the head.
Also takes place on this planet, and so you see a lot of the same things, even though it's much better done. But so it also has like that sand stuff, and it's a lot more clearly some kind of sand.
Can I ask a weird question? Why do random bats that are dive bombing you on an alien planet have missiles?
They don't. They're exploding, and that's like their own shrapnel. They just.
So what are you picking up when they explode? Like, what is that?
Oh yeah, those missiles. You're right. Yeah.
Oh yeah. You're like
the power,
these don't have missiles. I mean, those.
Oh, you mean the power? You mean the missiles? Oh yeah, those missiles.
You're like no. You're like the bats don't have missiles. The cracker or what do they call like made up thing?
Yeah, they do have all names, but I don't know what they are.
Like JRL token. It's not an elephant. It's an Oliphant.
Yeah, exactly.
No JRL.
Sir.
JS. What is a JRL token?
Yeah.
What's the middle initial? It's George R.R. Martin.
And RR Tolkien.
And then there's George R.R.R., which is that like really weird fighting fantasy game from India.
What?
You haven't seen RRR?
Oh no, I haven't. I do know what you're talking. I do know what you're talking.
I don't understand how you don't have kids and you don't like see things.
I don't know.
Like, what are you doing? What else is going on? Just playing Nintendo?
Playing a lot of Nintendo.
Seeing movies?
No, I know. Oh, I can't go here yet until I have bombs, I think.
Wait, you can. You just opened it.
Yeah, but then there's something further in where I need to bomb to get further. So I'm gonna go back here to this tower or whatever people call them. And I'm gonna go all the way back up. And I should be, like, killing more guys along the way because I keep just... I'm pretty impatient, so I just kind of, like, run into guys taking damage. Oops.
Ah! Got hit in the head.
Alright. There's gotta be something good in here.
Right, what are you going for?
Hoping I find the long beam, because this is just ridiculous.
Just getting more missiles, man. How many missiles do you need? Apparently 5.
I can only hold 5 right now.
What? Why?
Because I only got 1 missile pack. Like, I couldn't hold any to begin with, and then I got the missile upgrade, and now I can hold 5.
I have questions for the bounty hunter as to, like...
Oh no, I'm
so
gonna
this
die.
bounty hunter, like, came to the planet without any missiles.
And barely any health.
But despite the fact that the doors need missiles to, like, open it. And also no missile packs. So does this
Yeah,
one take...
like Samus is seriously unprepared.
Did it seriously take 3 missiles to take out that door?
It takes 5 to open up doors.
What?
And now I'm in a place...
This is a ridiculous...
This is the wrong place to have gone. Need to go here at, like, the end of the game. Oh,
so
man.
wait, what? You're already at the end? Cool. So what's it? What is that thing?
What was in here?
There was like a statue or something.
Yeah, so there's 2 statues here, and this one is Kraid, and this one is Ridley.
Yes.
And
I get the timing right on this, which is like key to beating him.
based on my experience from Super Metroid, I need to beat these 2 guys before continuing, even though it looks like...
You know what I heard was
if I had the
interesting is
space
that
jump,
Super
I could just-
Metroid is a subversion of the Metroid tropes. It was considered highly... I'm missing words. It's considered very original at the time.
Super Metroid?
Yeah, because they were like, it just undid all of the stuff that you expected to do in Metroid 1. It said if there's one thing about Super Metroid is that it will not teach you how to beat Metroid 1 if you've never beaten it, Landon. It was a very weird review.
Yeah, I'm not sure I believe any of this.
Well, why wouldn't you believe me? So what are these creatures?
Roombas or something? I don't know. They've got
Yeah.
names. They've got names like that. And and these guys, they all show up in Super Metroid 2, which is makes it all very familiar. If for some reason you tortured yourself by playing this game as a kid. First.
Okay, let's give you some trivia. So what is the, like, status of the Metroid games? Do you know, like, the timeline of release or whatever? I can look them up in a minute when I'm done beating Super Macho Man. The Mach.
The Mach. So what do you mean the status? Like
Okay, so on the Nintendo, you've got Metroid.
Mhm.
And you said you played what, Metroid 2 on the Game Boy?
Yeah.
And then what, Super Metroid came out on the Super Nintendo, if I recall, right?
Yep.
So what else? And then I know there was Metroid Prime or something on the GameCube. So I actually got that one.
Yeah, so as far as when they were released, that's a little that would be hard to remember. But yeah, there's Metroid, Metroid 2, Super Metroid, and then I think they did make Metroid Prime next on the GameCube. There was originally talk of making a 3D Metroid for the N64, but they never made a Metroid for the N64, which is probably for the
Really?
best because it would have made a really good system to put another 2D Metroid on, but since everything was going 3D at the time, I don't think the N64...
You don't think it could have done the 3D Metroid? I mean, they had, Mario's one of the best. Oh my god, that's embarrassing.
Yeah, they might have been able to, because yeah, Mario, they did have, like, their in-house stuff was pretty good, so maybe they would have been able to, but there were also a lot of games that tried to go 3D and just weren't very good. Like
Star Fox, which was terrible, notoriously. Everybody hated it.
That game was awesome.
I'm
No,
being sarcastic,
I
Star
know,
Fox
I
is
know.
one of the best.
But
Star
like,
Fox and Mario were both awesome, and those were both 3D gamers, so...
Yeah, well, Castlevania
Oh,
did
what
try
the-
to go
What the heck?
3D, and I never played it, but it didn't get very good reviews.
Oh, that's embarrassing. I tried to go for a 9 count there, because if you do a 9 count, you refill your health. 1 sec, I'm just charging my mic, so if you can't hear me, that is why.
All right.
But yeah, I tried to go for a 9 count, because in this game, if you do a 9 count, you refill your health bar.
A 9 count.
And I messed up and died. Even though I had probably a pretty easy path to victory over the match, so... well, not going to have a perfect run, but I was also expecting in this run to probably fall a couple times to Mike Tyson. If I want to do it legit, was going to have to... That will not be the last time you see me fighting Super Macho Man.
I believe you. Well, here I am back at the beginning, which I knew that was what I was doing. Anyway, alright, starting over, pretending now I've got missiles, and I can do some exploration.
Don Flamenco's being a real jerk here, because he's supposed to randomly give you a star there if you get him in the head, and I got him 3 times. He didn't give me a star. He only gave me a star 1 out of 3 times, which is lame.
But, yeah, then they made
So what do you mean
Metroid
you're
Prime.
to start? What do you mean pretending to start over?
I'm just gonna start over my depth first search, because I got turned around. But now I can open up all those red doors I saw the first time, so I should be able to finally get some real items.
So it's a real item. You've got missiles that you can only hold 5 of. You've got your blaster that doesn't go all the way across the room.
Yeah, it's still my original gun, and so that's why I want the long beam. And then, yeah, I'm actually not even sure what order you're supposed to get the items in this game. There's probably some, like, high jump boots.
And you're gonna. I'm very. I mean, the good news is this is nice filler, because it's like I said, the other alternative next, which I'll probably be more talkative because it's less reaction time, is Zelda 2, which is my game of choice, and you're kind of in the same boat where you're like, yeah, I'm not even going to compete because you're fairly certain I would destroy you.
I'm 100%.
Which would be nice, but also the flip side, I think if you could, the logistics of beating the game are not that difficult. So I think it would be entirely possible to give you the algorithm, and then like you're pretty solid at like mechanic stuff. So
yeah, thanks.
I think there's a good shot. Because I mean, like with some of the bosses and just some of the general, how to defeat things, I could buy you being better. So.
Yeah, those I never had Zelda games as a kid either, and again, I played them at like neighbors, and I always thought they were really cool, but yeah, never really played them much.
That is sad. And what about Punch-Out? I forget that. Obviously, you didn't. I mean, based on how you didn't even have it as a kid because you didn't know even like the basics. Not to be insulting, because you actually
not at all. Yeah, no, like I literally for Nintendo, all I had was Mario and Duck Hunt.
How could you get a Duck Hunt?
I don't know. Not amazing, probably. Like,
that was cool how it did, because basically the gun for Duck Hunt was like a camera that like would pause the screen when you fired and then like take a picture of its location and then render it on top of the screen, which is kind of wild. It's actually quite impressive as a bit of technology.
yeah, it would like blank the whole screen except for a white square where the duck was, and if it saw white, then it knew you hit it. But and then the Super Scope for the Super Nintendo.
Oh, nice! Yeah.
Also pretty crazy, because they claimed it had pixel perfect accuracy, and the way it did that is it was fast enough to like basically see the scan line. Oh, there we go, long beam.
So just some statue has the long beam?
They chose those statues, yes. So Metroid lore is very confusing, and I'm as much of a fan as I am. I'm not going to pretend I understand it all, because there's like comics and stuff that go with it too that I haven't read. But basically, the idea is, and they didn't have all this figured out when they made the first game, of course. But the Chozo are like this ancient bird-like race that had all this technology, and that is apparently where Samus's suit is from, which is why all their upgrades work for me. And so we just kind of go with that.
And how does she get Baby Yoda?
That doesn't happen until Metroid 2.
Alright, anyway, so ancient race of bird creatures made her suit. I mean, that's like pretty standard, like anime, video game trope lore of like you're using a super ancient suit or whatever. Yeah, so that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and so I know she's a bounty. So like at least according to the start of the game, and I haven't read more. So I guess this is so like when we talk like Zelda 2, Mega Man, Punch Out, which I'll give my preemptive plug to like the one listener that we might have. I have done at Nerd with Jeff May. Podcasts. Mega Man's going to drop. Mega Man 2's dropping this week. So,
nice. Yeah, and feel free to put the link if you get a chance.
I was going to say, you listened to Punch Out yet?
I have not. I was going to ask for the link again because you put it in like the Steam chat, and I don't know if I can, or the stream chat, and I'm not sure if I can get to that. But
actually, I was going to say, do you want to know a hack, being the expert streamer you are?
Yeah.
If you watch a replay of your stream, it shows the comments that occurred in the stream.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Shows what I know.
But yeah, I can give you a link to that again. But anyway, Mega Man's coming up. But like those games, especially since I have podcasted on them and done research, I know pretty well. I do enjoy that how for like both of us for Metroid, like, I don't know, there's some guys, there's a bird, Samus. I doubt you're going to beat the game fast enough for sexism mode.
Oh, that's right, I came back here. Yeah, well, see, that was kind of like, I mean, there's not really anything new we can say about a 30-year-old game, right? But
I'm saying we could have, like, knowledge for people coming in, but I'm like, no. No. I'm like, I don't know the lore. I don't know the names of the enemies. I don't know why you're here. I don't know why it takes 5 rockets to take out a door. Birds. But
yeah, like, I don't know the names of the enemies because that was all in the instructions, and...
Yeah, like,
who
okay,
read the
so this stuff's fun, and I talked a little with Jeff about this as well, but, you know, we're talking rentals and, I mean, in your case, what you're saying, I think you kind of noted that you were kind of late to the Nintendo, if I recall, like, you got one, but it wasn't necessarily...
Yeah, I was like the last person in the world to get one, yeah.
Which, you know, I mean, definitely makes sense depending on, you know, like, you could, you know, it's very funny, I'll basically say I clearly was middle-level spoiled. So you can tell, like, the level of spoiledness at a kid based on the Nintendos. Because if it's, like I said, mine was, you know, a couple games new, a lot of used games, a lot of borrowing from friends. It's like, okay, middle class. Mm-hmm. And then you can have, like, I got every game new, and we all hated that kid.
Right.
How am I so bad against Super Mario? But yeah, I should be fine.
Yeah, and, like, don't feel too sorry for me. Because, like, it was the 80s, and it was Nintendo, so of course everybody really wanted one. But my dad was a lot more into computers, and so we did have a computer, like a good computer, when a lot of people at the time didn't. So
yeah, all right, fair enough. Okay, so I won't feel bad for you. But just to that point, like, you can kind of. But so to, like, the Nintendo thing, especially based on your situation, if the entire way to know the game was the manual. Well, if you rented the game, there was no guarantee that the manual would be there because, in theory, some rental places like Blockbuster would have the manuals included with the game, but all it takes is one person not to return it, and manual's gone.
Right.
And then, of course, if you buy used, same kind of thing. There's no guarantee that the person who returned the game gave back the manual. And then, of course, finally, if you're playing at a friend's house, they don't have the manual. Like, we're giving lots of cases where there's no guarantee the manual exists. The manual might not even be that useful. Like, Zelda is a funny one in that it's just got so much information in it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like overload. Because it's like, this and this and this happened, and this happened, and this happened, and this and this. And you're like, what is going on? And then, of course, there's a lot of Nintendo Power. So if you want to know the secrets of the game, you'd have to have Nintendo Powers. But if you're just playing the game casually, like renting the game once on a weekend or playing at a friend's, there'd be no real way to know.
Right, exactly. And renting was super popular back then, right? Because like we only had the one game, but at one point we did learn. I think maybe talked about this in one of our streams. Like discovered renting, and then like for a long time rented a game like about once a week. So played a lot of different games, but yeah, no manuals. Never got good at any of them, but didn't really.
You seem decent at some.
Thanks. Yeah. Well, rented some more than once.
All right. Well, there you go.
But,
I don't know the rules of this boxing league, but when he does this punch, the clock stops. I don't think that's like official boxing rules to be like stop the clock while the guy's doing
clock
his tornado
stopper.
punch.
Oh no, what am I doing here? I hope I'm going the right direction now. But yeah, so we had Metroid Prime
Boom.
and Metroid Prime 2, both on the GameCube. And then we did get,
Did you know Metroid Prime 2 is the only even Prime Metroid?
oh my god. Well done.
I just hear the your headset and controller drop, and you're like, I'm done.
Like,
No.
this was a mistake. Oops. But yeah, then we did get more 2D Metroid games, because then we got Metroid Fusion on the Game Boy Advance.
Game Boy Advance was a good. Which one did you have? Like, my favorite Game Boy Advance was like the flip phone one, but then
Yeah.
there was also like the football looking one, which I hated.
No, I had the flip one, the SP.
That was awesome. That's one of the best. That's one of the best portable systems, and one of my. It's kind of weird. One of my favorite games for that I had was I had Final Fantasy Tactics, and it took me for like I actually, dude, we had that on the road on the Europe trip. I had that Game Boy Advance when we went to Europe.
Really? I don't remember that. It's a good idea though. But yeah, no, that thing is awesome. And Metroid
Oh my
Fusion.
God, that's embarrassing. I'm gonna have to fight Mike Tyson again. I guarantee it.
Story of my life. But Metroid Fusion is a really good game. It's one of the best.
Sup, Zord Tanks?
Really, so thanks.
So actually, this is my defense I've used before, namely, using the emulator as opposed to the Switch. The controllers are a little faster. So I'm like, the first two punches of Mike Tyson are always the same, and I move too fast on them. So the good news is though, we get to stick around for I'll stick around for a bit because we haven't even gone an hour. I'm looking at the clock, and apparently, what did this bird give you?
He gave me some bombs, and so now I can drop.
How many bombs can you drop?
I never run out.
Wait, so you can only hold 5 missiles, but you can hold infinite bombs.
Infinite bombs, exactly.
Well, that gives implication that like you are generating those bombs, which just leads to all sorts of questions.
I mean, I've got infinite ammo too, like whatever it is I'm shooting. I never run out of that. They could be energy bombs, like maybe that's like what my gun is shooting. Well, who knows? Yeah.
It's based on health or something. I don't know.
But yeah. So now I can shoot all the way across the screen. I got some bombs, and bombs let you get into a lot of secret areas. Because this game is all about secret areas.
Yeah, see, Zortanks knew what was going on there. I was making a very obvious joke. Oh, and I wasn't paying attention. I just got knocked out because I was watching your screen.
Well,
That's a
you
good.
deserve
That's a good.
for your jokes.
That's what I deserve for my jokes.
Who are you fighting?
Super Macho Man again because I fell to Mike Tyson. Here's hoping I beat him. I knocked him down once really well, and actually my finger just slipped.
But also Metroid Fusion. So this is Metroid 1, obviously. Metroid 2 is on Game Boy. Super Metroid is Metroid 3, and Metroid Fusion is Metroid 4. And then it wasn't until the latest Metroid game, Metroid Dread, on the Switch, that we got Metroid 5.
Metroid 5. Oh, so it's actually just 5 legit? Have you played it?
Mm-hmm.
Any
Yeah,
good?
it's really good. It's really, really good. I really like the two-dimensional Metroids. I like Prime more than I
2D?
thought I would.
It's 2D on the Switch?
Yep, it's yeah,
Really?
it's a side-scroller. And it's
That is wild.
yeah, no, and it's everyone was pretty excited about it because it kind of came out unexpectedly. Because we've been waiting for Metroid Prime 4 for a long time.
Is it Metroid Prime 4 or is it Metroid 4?
Metroid Prime 4. Metroid 4 was Fusion. Which was... And so, like, all the main numbered games are 2D side-scrollers. And then the Prime series is sort of like this spin-off. Kind of, or more like a branch, not a spin-off, because it's still, like, canonical. But but Metroid 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are all kind of, like, follow each other chronologically.
What's the one where you play as Samus?
Every single one.
Thank you.
What do you mean? You mean the one where you're like not in the suit?
Yes.
Or that was Zero Mission, which was also on the Game Boy Advance, and it was a remake of this game.
Really?
Yeah.
But you don't have the suit.
You do for most of it. But there's one part where you don't, and that's sort of like a nod to this game where you can like do the code and you're running around without the suit. Because, as everybody has known for the last 30 years, Samus is a woman, which was actually a twist because nobody knew that. Even the instruction book, I have actually read the instruction book a long time ago, like it talks about Samus as a he, because whoever wrote it didn't know.
Oh, gotcha. So, I mean, that's like the same... Well, I'm definitely curious. Have you read, like, have you found a translation of the original Japanese instruction manual?
I have not.
Because that's, like, one of the wild things to consider about early video games in general, Nintendo in particular, is, you know, they were released in Japan. I forget the dude. He had like a bow tie. He was well known in the Nintendo Power magazines. But like his original job is he worked as like someone who unpacked arcade cabinets for Nintendo and like played them and gave his feedback on if they would be. I do not know what's going on. But so one of the higher ups at Nintendo, like his start was that he used to work unpacking arcade cabinets. But I had to sneeze. But you know the localization. So you're bringing a game over, and you know things like they changed they changed Mega Man's name. It was Rockman, and you know Rockman had a sister in the Japanese instruction manual, and they changed like some stories. So when you're talking about that with Metroid, I would be really curious to see if, you know, the Japanese instruction manual was different. And actually, one thing that you can do is you can get, like, the entire library of Nintendo Powers are online. At one point, Nintendo used to host them, which was awesome, but they stopped. But, like, you can find them, you know, because they're just PDFs, basically. But it's fun to go look back in time and see what, you know, it says about old games.
That would be interesting, because I'm not sure. My understanding... See, like, here's one of the secrets. Like, and this almost seems like it would require a Nintendo Power. Because, like, you'd just be exploring, like, pretend you'd never seen anyone play this game. Like, I don't know that you would think to turn into a ball here and just roll over. And if you did, maybe you don't know that if you didn't have... Well, you have to have the bombs. No, you can get here before you get the bombs. But then... Yeah, I don't know. It would have been... Once you kind of start to get it a little bit and like understand Metroid, you can kind of find those things, but the first leap is pretty big, I think.
I'll keep plugging the nerd with Dre and Jeff, but I mean, just an observation, you know, we kind of had was the old games and learning things versus kind of growing up in them. Oh man, I gotta figure out the timing on that guy. I like completely different controller. I am gonna blame that like legit.
Yeah, it makes
And
sense for the game.
I'm bad at both. I'm bad at both the controller and the timing of getting up. But like I said, the good news is, in theory, this one's supposed to take about 30 minutes. Like I've beaten this game in like 35 minutes if I don't die, and I was well on pace to do that. But Metroid's. I mean, do we know how long this is going to take you to finish? Oh, is this a new bomb or new?
Okay, got some more missiles. Yeah, now I can.
Now you can hold 15 missiles.
15 missiles.
Think of the doors you can open with that.
I could open 3 doors.
Or do they have like advanced doors? We were kind of explaining earlier that for whatever reason,
yeah, right.
For whatever reason, the door system in this universe is you have to shoot it with 5 missiles to open it. And I could see like a 10 missile door maybe, or
I might just go ahead and die because it'll be faster to get to the beginning of this, because one more hit and I'm dead anyway.
There was a band that was like singing about Metroid, like about, you know, like if you had to like use 15 missiles, it was called like 3 Doors Down.
Anyway, so yeah, that was just me teleporting back to the beginning.
You're not going to give me credit for that. That was clever.
Was it?
I literally got knocked over thinking of that. Like you can see, like I like lost focus in this doing it, but it was worth it.
See, and here's something else. Like you have this ground here, you have these 2 doors. This block here, you can actually bomb and fall in. And is there anything down here? No, there's not.
Really?
No, but this.
You sure?
Pretty sure. But this this like tile pattern is used in a bunch of rooms because, like I said, they all look the same because they're actually all like cut and paste, and so a lot of the same secret bomb places will be in different places, except some of them actually do go somewhere.
Oh, that's what gets interesting about old Nintendo games in general. Is we've kind of talked this a combination of efficiency for code and or too early and or time sensitivity could result in stuff like that. Like you basically reuse codes. I'm playing Punch Out. They reuse boxer body types. So in yours, I could buy that too, where it's just like, okay, if we need a new level, and I mean, later, much later, I've discussed this a couple times, but if you're talking the Xbox with Halo, they did that too.
Yeah,
where
that's true.
They stretched the game by just making you go back through the. Like, at least to be fair, they don't lie to you about what they're doing, but it is, hey, to make the game go longer, we're going to have you go through the exact same levels, and I could 100%. And I mean, Zelda, the first Zelda did this exactly. They gave you 2 missions, and the way they were able to give you 2 missions is they basically used the same templates, but just like changed some minor parts. Like they used the same world map, but then changed the location of individual tiles on that world map, and then changed like the location of items in castles in that map too.
Yeah, and I totally believe it's like, oh my god.
Oh, that was lame. I should have gotten that. I like tried to do an uppercut. I should have gotten an uppercut up on him, but then his uppercut won. So we both just keep dying.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna die a lot, I'm sure, and that's why I've always given up on this game in the past, because it's just kind of tedious. And I could use save states and just save every time I go into a new room, but that's.
Well, you and I are doing something similar in logic, where like what I'm doing is, and I consider this legit. I did get to Mike Tyson and like died immediately. On the old Nintendo, if you died, like you would have gotten a code to what I'm doing now, which is Super Macho Man. And it's like, okay, well, I can just keep, and the game organically saves the code, so you can just reset the console and do this. And this is like what you could do on a original Nintendo in kind of one playthrough. Whereas I agree with you, I could do a save state right to Mike Tyson, and there is a code to Mike Tyson, but I'm kind of going through like what you could do in one playthrough without any outside knowledge. So that's what I'm doing for my scenario.
Nice. Yeah, that makes sense. And I've got nothing against save states for some games. Like,
I do. They're cheating. Of
they're
course they're cheating.
well, they're cheating, sure, but like, these are old Nintendo games, right? Like, if you don't want to spend the time to get good enough to beat them, but you still want to experience them, like, that's fine, right? Like, that's how you're spending your time. But this game, like I said, it's. I feel it's important that I beat it for real. And how hard could it be?
And in a similar case, I just want to beat this game. I've beaten this game many times now, because I did podcast about it, but I want to beat it on stream. So we'll be here all night if we need to be. I thought I was going to be done in like 40 minutes.
Yeah, this game is going to take me like
7 years.
Weeks, yeah. Especially like if I play like doing whatever it is I'm doing now.
You know, we can. It's kind of based on your schedule if we add, or if you add like a weekend time.
Yeah, and I'm gonna die here because everything here does way too much damage.
Why don't you just get one of your extra tanks or whatever bullshit this game does?
I know, I need some more. I'm gonna go to a different place this time. And so like I said, I've always got frustrated with it before. I did try playing it a little bit the other day after we kind of talked about maybe streaming it. Mm-hmm. And I got a little further than I ever had before. And once you get like the suit upgrade, it makes a really big difference.
All right,
because then you're not taking so much damage.
Maybe I should ask about this more. Okay, so your Samus, you start at 30 health with a bird suit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, your bird suit. Yeah.
Oh, come on. So your Samus, you start with 30 health and a bird suit. The first thing you get are missiles. You get a missile, something that lets you hold 5 missiles.
Yeah, well, the first thing you get is the morph ball. That lets you turn into this ball.
Okay, so first, that's you go left immediately to do that, right?
Right. Yes, left. Which is
yep.
Which is also like an unusual thing for a platformer in 1986.
So you go left to get a ball, then you get a missile pack, and that was my question: is do you get missiles with the pack, or is it just the pack?
You do get the missiles with it. You do get 5 missiles.
Do you get 5 initially? So you get 5 missiles in a missile pack. Okay, and then you get Then you get another missile pack next, or the bombs?
Well, then you get the long beam, so you can shoot across the screen. And then you get the bombs and more missiles somewhere in there. I got an E-tank at some point. Alright, so I'm gonna try going down here instead. See, this one had like the same pattern where you can blow up the ground and it actually does go somewhere.
So I didn't comment on it at the time, but this guy after 2 uppercuts will start dodging. But a trick you can do in this game is if you hold up and start at the same time when they come up, and then drop up after you drop start, you can usually get away with it if you're a good player. I am not, but I was able to do it, so that was good.
Nice. Alright, so the music changed. That's good. Probably means there's an item up here.
You have a giant head, like the bird. You do look like a bird. Has Samus ever considered that the helmet's on backwards, like it's supposed to be forward, like a beak?
That's possible. Look at the size of these boots. No, these are the high jump boots. So now I can jump higher. And you always have to check to see if there's any secrets in all of these rooms, because they all have the same template. It looks like this one does.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a second. I'm actually going to try and focus to beat.
And I'm about to die.
Oh, come on! Alright. So again, this is me just not knowing the controls as well. I guess I gotta start spamming at 7. Okay, so some good questions. Zortinx is asking about Mario as the referee and why did it say Daddy come home in the paper? Both good questions. So Mario was just arbitrary. So this is early days of Nintendo with Shigeru Miyamoto. Shigeru Miyamoto was the designer for Punch-Out!, the arcade game, and here, just kind of off the bench. And designed like Bald Bull, for instance. And Mario wasn't always like the go-to person for Nintendo. So a lot of early Nintendo... it's kind of funny. I think what happened was I think Mario was kind of an Easter egg early on, and then became such a running joke that Mario kind of turned into the mascot as a result of that. So, an early game, at this point, if Mario is going to be in your Nintendo game, you have to, get permission, and there's rules, very Mickey Mouse-ish. Early Nintendo games, you were like, you could basically just say, hey, I have the code for the Mario sprite. I'm just going to drop Mario in the game. The newspaper saying that you've won does indeed have a Super Macho Man Daddy Come Home joke, because Super Macho Man lost his belt and apparently has left home, which is really depressing, actually. And then the whole purpose of that is to give you the continue code. Because normally, the normal thing is after you've beaten a champion, you see a cut screen of Mac training with Doc Lewis, and then at the end of that, you'll get a code to let you know to continue. We've talked a lot about this, except for special games like Zelda. Except for special games like Zelda that had a battery on the cartridge. Except for special games like Zelda that had a battery on the cartridge, you couldn't really save states in old Nintendo games, so the only real method around it was to do things like codes. And, really that's just an encrypted system, right? So really it's a way of you conveying state information to the machine. Load me up on level 3 with 2 lives and missiles or whatever. But of course it was predictable if it was just 1, 2, 3 or whatever, or the first 2 digits tell you how many lives, second 2 digits. And really that's what's happening. And you and I took an encryption class, actually.
We did.
So yeah, that's what it's doing. Is you're and I wasn't paying attention at the start of the level. It turns out when I'm not paying attention, I am exactly.
Yep.
So yeah. So in both games we are playing have a password-based system, and it is funny. There is actually a bug in the Punch-Out one, which I think I might be able to show, which is it incorrectly saves your number of wins once you've gotten to Super Macho Man. So every time you beat Super Macho Man, it adds a win. So you can actually get to like Mike Tyson with like 99 victories. Yeah, they dance. The boxer's pecs.
Yeah, and so like a lot of Nintendo games had the password, like you were saying, and that continued into the Super Nintendo for some games. And so like Top Gear 2, which is an awesome racing game, has like a 32 character password you have to write down.
And then of course you're entering it
with a controller.
Yep. That is like one modern thing that's kind of cool. Like I have a Roku, and so Zortanks, come on, keep it PG in the channel here. We're playing like Nintendo games. We might have kids in the channel or something. I don't know. Anyway, but I've completely forgot what I was going to say. Is I have like a Roku, and one nice part is, it's got a very simple remote, but it's also got a phone app, and at least, on the phone app you can like type easier, which is nice, because that does get frustrating when you're trying to, use arrow keys and enter to like search for a word.
Right.
I like Roku, man. So I don't know the opinions, but it's really nice. If you have lots of streaming services and like a kid and want to just be able to search for movies and you don't know which service it's on.
Crap.
Future.
No. Yeah, the people I know who have one like it. That's one thing I really like about the PlayStation over like the Xbox is my PS4. I can just search all the streaming services that I have installed all at once. Kind of the same type of deal. Let's see, now I don't remember if I went over here or not. Probably not, because
I have not been paying attention to your screen, though. Now you've got like these crazy jumping things that go super high.
Yeah, and I don't think like I would die if I tried to get in there, because I can't turn into a ball in midair. You can do that in Super Metroid. Metroid
Back
2,
in the
but
day, I did have an early Chromecast, and it was always so god-awful slow, but that's not to say it hasn't, it's really rough to, be an early adopter of a technology and then be like, oh, this technology sucks. And it's like, well, they've
right.
improved it. I'm like, well, they lost their chance with me.
Yeah, right.
Never again. Like, I wasn't a huge fan. I got early, come on. I got early, like, Chromecast and, Fire Stick, and I wasn't impressed with them at that point. I do not know if it's just a matter of, the technology has improved such that I'm a real big fan of, I think I got like the $30 Roku, but $30 Roku is really nice.
Nice.
Brought to you by Roku.
Yeah, Stadia early adopter. Some things are more
So
are riskier than others.
What's Stadia?
Stadia is it was Google's game streaming service.
Oh, rough.
Yeah.
So did you know there was actually a video game rental service? I'm thinking, I think it was 70s or 80s, but literally like phone line.
Really?
There was a video game rental service that did basically send you video games over the phone.
That's
It wasn't
really
online.
interesting.
Like this was like before internet got on. Like this was like
Yeah.
the little idea was, if I recall, I'll have to look this up for a future stream to be able to talk more, because distracting myself so that it takes me 3 times as long to beat a game is what you got to do. You can jump on those things, right? The bird. What is the deal with birds in Metroid, man? So I didn't realize how bird and insect this game is.
Oh yeah, there's a lot of birds and insects. No, you can't jump on those. They hurt you. If I had the ice beam. Oh great.
Oh yes. So the logic in this game is, if you want to get over there, you freeze the birds to jump on them. Makes sense.
Yeah. And they just freeze in midair. I don't think I'm supposed to go down here yet. I don't feel like I'm in trouble. This music makes me feel like I'm in trouble. Because I have almost no health. Yeah, I think this is where one of the bosses is, who I am not able to kill yet. Oh, these things, as soon as I open the door, I die.
Yep.
Yeah, this game is at least as impossible as Apex. But it's like, even like this area and these like purple guys, like they show up in Super Metroid also, which is just really cool. It's really cool to me.
Obviously, I'm not talking as much because I'm actually at Mike Tyson.
Oh, nice. And I'm experiencing super slowdown.
Why are you slowing down so much?
That's just...
Is this
just
like
Metroid.
the old school render issue? Because you've got 4 items on the screen. That is
Yeah.
a lot to render.
But when I stop shooting, things speed up again. But
Hey, you could get a camera for chat, right? What?
I've got a camera I could use.
That is the first time that has ever happened to me. Clearly this is faster. Normally I'm used to getting a little star on him, and his face made a weird thing, which I've never seen Mike Tyson do.
His face made a weird thing?
Yeah, I can... No, go back.
I don't think I'm gonna survive this. Wow. That was... I was right. Alright, I'm definitely in the wrong... I'm not supposed to be here yet. So...
Man,
I'll go back
I
up.
was hoping I'd beat this. I was hoping I'd get this, but I'm gonna die to Mike Tyson again. Let's see, what are we at time? Hour 9, maybe another 20 minutes.
Yeah, sure. Like I said, there's a lot of me just kind of running around, getting a feel for the game,
And yeah, see, notice every time I continue, I go, okay, this is an interesting story. We'll talk Mike Tyson. Let's see if I've practiced enough against Super Macho Man to be able to talk Mike Tyson without getting distracted. So, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out was released in 1987. It was based on the hit arcade game Punch-Out, and they got a licensing deal with Mike Tyson for $50,000 for 3 years because they picked him up while he was still like young and on the way up. And an interesting thing, I've watched some like videos of young Mike Tyson, and his trainer, he was like super young. I think he was one of the youngest champions ever when he actually won the heavyweight belts. But one of the issues they talked about was they wanted to get Mike Tyson experience, and it was really hard to get him experience because nobody wanted to train against him, and he won his fight so fast. So they're like, we really would like Mike Tyson to get more practice. And they were like, but we really can't get anybody who wants to, we can't get anybody who's willing to get paid to be a practice dummy against him. It's a good boxer.
Wow.
He was terrifying. And then, of course, he won a lot of fights early. So, anyway, so they got Nintendo got a 3-year deal with Mike Tyson for $50,000. He had a bunch of off-the-court issues. He ended up going to jail for sexual assault. He got upset by Buster Douglas, which was a 50-1 upset. And so when it came time to redo the contract, they were just like, nah, we're good. And so their decision instead was to just replace Mike Tyson with Mr. Dream. I have a theory there too, which is there was a character in Rocky V named Tommy Dreamer, who in real life was a real life boxer named Tommy the Duke Morrison, and then he had a bunch of things. So my like personal theory is like Nintendo like had another. I am really bad at this. Had another boxer lined up, and just kept like off the court, and so they just made him like a generic sprite. And then I don't know if you remember this, I don't, but Nintendo like released a bunch of their games later in the run. Like their super special edition.
Mm-hmm.
So like for instance, they re-released the Zelda games, but they were gray cartridges, not the gold ones.
Right,
and so when they did that, and then they also re-released Punch-Out, but Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, but they just released it as Punch-Out.
So, yep.
There you go.
That's why he's so pale, because he's not actually Mike Tyson.
He's Mr. Dream.
Yeah, they re-released Metroid also, the Player's Choice or whatever they called them, and so there was like the yellow
There
box
was a
version.
yellow Metroid?
Yellow box. The cartridges were all the same. But is actually kind of interesting because some places sold original Nintendo games for a really long time, like really late into the Super Nintendo era. And I actually bought Metroid 1 brand new in that re-released format. So I think it's the only Nintendo game I've bought brand new.
Oh. But
Yeah,
you beat it.
I own so many copies of this game.
How many?
Because I don't even know, because I've got 2 original NES cartridges, because I've got the re-release one, and then I have like an original run one also. And then Zero Mission, like I said, for the DS, like you can play the original Metroid on that. The little Nintendo has one. I feel like I've got like the actual Game Boy re-release of this game by itself, which for some reason they did. I can't even go here. So I don't know. I probably own like 5 or 6 legit ways to play this.
Not bad.
Yeah, which is kind of ironic considering it's the only one I've never beaten.
That was an embarrassing end to the round. Alright. So how goes the bird thing? So what did the boots do? What did the boots get you?
Well, now I can jump higher. So
Okay.
I can... Look how high I can jump.
So there's a bird-based alien race that gave you your suit, and they give you jumping boots and not wings.
Yeah.
Alright.
I don't know if it's in this game, but in the other Metroid games, you do get the space jump, which allows you to basically fly.
So it's like Superman logic.
I don't know.
But-
You mean for how to fly?
That was the original Superman logic. Remember, he could leap tall buildings in a single bound.
Oh yeah.
It should not have taken that long to have that reference land.
Well, space jump, I can actually basically fly, like never have to touch the ground. And by actually, basically, like literally. But
So is this the beginning again?
no, I'm in. I think this is Norfair. I don't even know. And I keep dying here because I'm too impatient to farm health out of these guys, so I just keep running around with my 30 health that you start with. And that's why this game's so frustrating. That's why most people, when people are like, hey, I'm interested in the Metroid series, what should I play? They'll say, don't play this, play Zero Mission. Because it's just a lot better game.
They just like slightly changed it up. And it is interesting that, you know, we keep talking about this notion of only owning a couple games or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny that it was almost a feature of these old games. Oh, who's getting custom shirts? Oh wait, okay, so let's
we're
chat.
not
So
getting...
Zortink says there's an esports organization getting custom shirts.
Oh, no, we're not.
What am I a mascot? I don't know, because like
you can be the mascot. We'll be the nerd numbers. That'll be our. No,
that's the dream.
Yeah. No, we don't have a mascot yet.
You're actually gonna do esports?
No, we just we play some online games, and we're not really. Is that an esport? It's amateur, I guess. I don't know. Was our Mega Man thing esports? Like maybe.
Yes.
But yeah, so we are FCFC. FC Fußball Clube. Yeah, it's E and it's sporty. Exactly. I mean, Rocket League's a sport, right? It's got league in the name.
Well, it is. Isn't that like a legit one?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
The
how legit it
simple
is
advice
when
I will
we're
give
playing.
for streamers is whatever you practice on should be the same thing you do stream on. There's a very lame thing, but
That sounds like good advice.
yeah, it's like amazing how just like a slightly different controller, and then also talking.
Yeah, talking, as we discovered when we first tried doing this with the Mario games, is like I feel like we're better than we were when we first tried it, where we just go for like 10 minutes without saying anything. At least I would. But
So you gotta focus.
yeah, like I don't know how to do two things at the same time.
It's difficult, man.
It is.
I'm getting really good at putting him down, even making mistakes. Super Macho Man. We'll see on Mike Tyson.
Quote unquote Mike Tyson.
Oh, Mr. Dream, yeah. I do like the slogan, putting the P in esports. That is funny, if immature. In theory, this is actually a better strategy for winning in the first round if I can avoid getting hit, because if you can get up on a 9 count, you get a full... Okay, I just failed it. But if you get up on a 9 count, you get a full health recharge. And in theory, if you knock them down with full health, they come back up with less. So if I had wanted to put that round away and could have avoided getting hit, getting knocked down to come up would have been the right move. But there you go.
There you go. Alright.
Alright, so we were talking your secret project that we all know about.
Oh yeah, the secret project. Yeah, gotta work on that.
Yep.
It's going behind schedule, of course, as projects tend to. But,
Didn't you want to get it out by the end of the year? So what does behind schedule mean?
Well, I might be able to get it out by the end of the year. I was just... had a stretch... Is it a stretch goal to be ahead of schedule?
Yes. By definition, usually.
Alright, yeah. So my goal was to be on time with the stretch goal of being ahead of time.
What?
Yeah. See?
That doesn't make any sense.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
No. You're just making words up, man.
No! Oh. I wonder if I'm not even supposed to be here yet. I wonder if there's another E-tank somewhere.
Probably.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back up to whatever this place is called.
At this point, if you had farmed for health, it would have done better.
Maybe. Yeah, I mean that's probably true, but alright.
I feel like I've seen this part before, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, definitely. And I'll be here multiple times again, just passing through. The controls in this game are really kind of wacky too.
How so?
So jumping is a little unresponsive, and I think if you jump without doing flips, you have a little more control. Yeah, because when you're doing flips and you let go, you keep moving, if you're just not doing flips, then you can control more precisely where you're going. So I'm not sure that's particularly good design, but that's the way it works.
I was going to say that the type of flippy jump reminds me very much of Ninja Gaiden, which is another game I never played.
Yeah, it is a lot like Ninja Gaiden now that you mention it.
You know who played Ninja Gaiden?
Who?
Jimmy and the Wizard. That was his qualifying game.
Yeah, I was gonna... I thought that's who you were talking about.
Alright, I'm gonna shut up and try and beat Mike Tyson without talking. Gotta focus.
Nice. Now try to do it with talking. Alright, so now I'm gonna go...
I'm gonna do this, by the way, at this point, because I have gotten to him enough that I'm fine. But I'm gonna actually do the code straight to him. So, the goal was one complete playthrough, which has failed miserably at this point. So now I'm gonna at least try and beat him on stream. And then next time, depending on if you're still doing Metroid, you can do that.
Yeah, well, I have a feeling I'll be doing Metroid.
This doesn't make any sense. Did you see my?
What am I doing?
My wins?
No.
I've got a zero wins and 2 losses somehow.
That's impressive that they let you fight Mike Tyson then.
Yep. This isn't half bad. I'm on track to be able to... That was a mistake there. I meant to actually punch twice, but I should be all right actually.
But anyway, yeah, and then we got Metroid Prime 3, which they made for the Wii, which I actually found really fun. I like that one. The Wii had some really fun to play games. And of course we had Metroid Pinball. I'm not sure where that fits into lore, but
that was a really weird thing that they did with a lot of games.
It was.
Just made pinball. I mean, to be fair, here's what's odd: is like they made pinball versions, but actually, I can't even be mad at two, Sonic and Metroid. Actually, I'm like, on the one hand, I'm like, this seems ridiculous as a spin-off. On the flip side, I'm like, yeah, they kind of transfer into balls.
Right. Yeah.
I'm like, actually, yeah, you know, I'm like, doesn't make a lot of sense, but actually, no, it makes enough sense.
It does kind of make enough sense, and yeah, Sonic was first. I never played the Sonic one, but the Metroid Pinball is actually pretty fun. And it came with a Rumble Pack for the DS, which is also ridiculous. So the whole thing is just ridiculous.
I don't know if you just saw that. This console is definitely faster, and that's what I'm not used to. It's way in the past, but basically you can get a star.
There's this guy down there, but can I get down there? I don't know. How did he get there? Actually, I think I just remembered something. Can't get there, but can I go up? Yes!
There is an off chance I can beat him here if he blinks and I get the right frame precision.
Alright, now we're getting somewhere. Music changed again.
See there when he blinks, if I hit him at the right time he goes down, but and that was really hard. That was like the last one. Yeah, well. I'll have to figure out, so this is actually good news. I just have to figure out the timing on these little punches at the beginning of the round. Because you get a star if you hit him at the right time. But unfortunately, I have not been hitting him at the right time. And as a result, he like just looks stunned. Which is very frustrating.
I'm celebrating a little bit over here.
What'd you get?
Check it out.
I don't know, I'm doing my thing. What'd you get though? You get the ice beam?
No, this is the Varia suit. And that is interesting because in this game it doesn't, again, without the instruction book you would have no idea what you just picked up because it doesn't tell you.
So explain what this suit is. You look naked now.
What? No, I look...
It's naked Samus.
Stronger.
The naked suit.
Stronger.
Is it the birthday suit?
It's the birthday suit.
Varus means birthday or whatever?
In Chozo it means birthday. That's right. It's my birthday. No. Come on. No, makes me so I'm not going to take nearly as much damage as I was. And I don't know what all it does in this game. In Super Metroid and some of the others, like it makes you resistant to heat. So some of the areas have heat, so wouldn't hurt me anymore, but again, I don't know if that's even a factor in this game.
Ah, come on. I was too good there. I dodged too quick and tried to punch.
Story of my life.
Is it? Is it really?
Mm-hmm.
I hate this game. Let's see, what did I say? So maybe at 30. Actually, I'll leave it up to you. What's your schedule?
I don't really have a schedule. I can whenever you're ready, we can call it. But I just got the fairy suit.
Do you know what milestone you're looking at in the near future?
For this, that was probably it. Like getting this suit is gonna help me explore a lot, I think.
Alright, why don't you go for a little longer? How about I do 3 more tries? 3, 7, 3, 5, 9, 6, 3.
Alright. I am in a new area. that I should have gone to probably like an hour ago. But you know what? That's Metroid. You know, the first time I beat Super Metroid, I think it took me like 10 hours, and now I can beat it in like an hour. Like it's, you just have to know where you're going.
Or you can beat it 10 times. Yeah, I would say at this point, anybody wants to call it, don't worry. You know, we've hit our scheduled time. Like I said, I'm going to try 3 more times on Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I care that you're tired, Zortanks. We care about our viewers and that they're rested and refreshed. Got some more missiles. Alright, yeah, things are looking up now. Metroids aren't gonna know what hit them.
They'll probably think they were missiles.
That's what I want them to think. Oh, what's this? Man, you really do just have to like shoot and bomb everything. Every tile in the game.
Very United States imperialism there, man.
Yeah, this is like, I don't understand it. Just start shooting and bombing.
That was 1.
Got another E-tank. Yeah, should be smooth sailing from here on out.
I was going to say, I don't know what your plan is, if you want to do a save state or this on like this version, you can like practice on your little Nintendo or whatever.
Yeah, I wish my little Nintendo was working. I don't know. I'm going to have to try and figure that out. Yeah, I'll probably do a save. Aw, no, I didn't want to fall. Probably. I don't want to go back to there. I'll probably do like a save state of the password screen or something.
I was going to say, if we ever go big time, we're going to have to censor Zortank. Go for the family.
Yeah, I know. He's going to be banned. Banned from chat.
Yeah, if we get to 10 viewers or whatever.
Yeah.
God. Okay, that's 2, and that's embarrassing, because all I had to do was dodge that one there. Alright, last one.
Alright.
And I'm calling it for the night. I blame the second controller. Anyway, the new that's always that's becoming my go-to, right? It's blame the controller.
That is classic Nintendo.
This is actually a nice controller. Like, I actually really like this. It's actually the emulator speed versus the Switch speed.
I know that there's like some of these things I can bomb and drop down into and then not be able to get back up. Let's see if this is one. Oh, there's some here. Oh. Some new enemies. Some new friends.
The enemies were the friends you made along the way. Not that funny.
That's funny. That's funnier than it should be. Alright, here we go. Ice Beam. Now
like
think about all the
Iceman.
crazy places I can go.
You can like jump on birds. I still think that's part of it. Oh, what's this? So does it take energy for the ice beam, or?
Nope, it's just, it replaces my normal gun. So now I always freeze enemies.
What if you don't want to?
Well, then you have to find a different gun. Which does happen, and that's something that they did in Metroid and Metroid 2. You can only have one beam type at a time. And so
and
sometimes
that was Castlevania too. You could only have one whip type.
yeah. So sometimes you have to kind of swap back and forth depending on what you're doing, because there are stronger guns later. But like I said, the ice beam lets you like jump on enemies, and it's also required to kill Metroids. But then there are stronger ones that just do more damage to enemies also. But then Super Metroid, you can have all the beams at the same time, and you can select them. Select and combine them, which is one of the things that makes Super Metroid like the best game ever. Except you can't combine all of them and the plasma beam tray. That would just be crazy. Like you just
Would it?
Yeah, that'd just be too strong. I mean, that might be what happens. I can give all kinds of. I mean, Super Metroid is also like 30 years old, so I'm not too worried about spoilers. But but I'm not gonna say it anyway.
Oh, aren't you? Well, in theory, if I knock him down one time in the third round and can last to the end, I would win. So I did make it to round 3. That's something.
Nice.
But I just couldn't, like, the issue is there's timing on getting a star in the beginning of the second round that I was just not good at, and I'll have to...
This room is really confusing to me. I've been here before, and as far as I can tell, there's nothing in here. And it's just a giant pain to get back out of. So I don't know what the purpose of this was.
What's the purpose of anything?
I don't know.
I don't know, right? Ah, I think that's it. I don't think I'm able to get up from this one. Oh. All right.
You can do it. That's very heroic boxing movie move right there. No, he's down for good. He's getting up.
Nope, and I'm gone. Had a shot there, like if I'd actually landed the next hit on him and then lasted another minute 10. All right, but you're gonna keep playing Metroid, so let's wait for you to get to a spot, and then
yeah, let me
next
try to
time I will try and
get out of this. Ah, I might.
It's kind of funny to watch you because I'll be like, oh, what? I'll be like, oh, why is he yelling? He's doing good. And then you don't.
I know, like, I don't even...
Did you just get eaten by the wall?
Yeah, like, it comes back too fast, so, like...
It is really weird how, like, for as high-tech as this game is, how it does go for, like, the alien and very organic stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, my God. I don't even...
Wait, what's at the top?
Where I came from, I'm trying to get, like, the exit. Oh, and then you shoot them twice, and they unfreeze, because...
Yeah.
Why not? That's how ice
once,
works, yeah.
Freeze once to freeze, and freeze twice to... You know, like... So this is important, because Thanksgiving's coming up. And, you know, we're going to have to, like, thaw a turkey.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, they're going to say, you know, if you put the turkey in the freezer, if you buy it early, so it doesn't go bad.
Mm-hmm.
But you got to de-thaw it before you cook it, right? Otherwise, it's going to get, like, frostbite or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So you put it in the freezer to thaw it, but if you want to de-thaw it, you put it in the freezer again.
Oh.
Little known facts.
Oh, interesting.
You're welcome. At this point, wouldn't it just be faster to die?
Yeah, if I could die quickly.
Oh, now you're too good to die? Like you're...
Oh, there's nothing here that can kill me very fast. And now...
I was feeling really bad about my performance. Now I'm watching this. This makes me feel a little better. Like
what am I supposed to
my
do here?
My actual defense, if you watch me against Mike Tyson, is I hit him too fast in the gut to get the star. I would have, under my normal playthrough that last round, I would have had him if I had gotten the normal stars I'd normally get at the start of that round. I'll just have to figure that out. I practice a little with this controller before next time. We got some time. Actually, let's see. Okay, yeah, actually that works well, because I've got family coming in town next week, which is Thanksgiving week. But 2 weeks after that, I should be good. But I also don't know.
Okay. Yeah,
we're coming up on holidays and travel, and I don't know what's going on with both of us. Our loyal listeners will be like, oh no, this bi-weekly... Like, the number one advice if you want to make it as a streamer is they're like, do it daily. And we're like, all right, once every 2 weeks.
It's like, all right, I guess I'm not making it as a streamer. All right.
I mean, I would be shocked for either of us to ever... Okay, so how the heck do you get out of here?
So, see where I'm shooting? There's a block I can stand on here. There we go. I did it!
Wait,
no.
You have to freeze it first, though?
No, you just have to know it's there.
Old Nintendo games were the worst. I think I was like mid-conversation on this one, and then I like went to fight Mike Tyson or something, but because it was so hard to buy games or hold them for that long, oh, this game's going to take me a long time and you have to figure this SHIT out and all that was almost like a feature. And now we get older and we're like, this is just needlessly tedious, but that's because we're in the modern era of like, you can just turn on the screen to anything else.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, so where are you going now?
I don't know. I'm not even sure how to...
You know how to create a state?
I don't know how to stop. I don't know how to stop playing.
Oh, well, I'm going to go in a few minutes, so you know, if I come back in 2 weeks and you've just been playing 2 weeks straight,
be like, help me! I'm trying to find.
I'll be like, we should have played Xenogears.
Trying to find the title screen.
Good game.
Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm just gonna create a save state because I'm not sure if you can like if I was playing right now on a Nintendo, how would I get the password? Like, all right, it's time for dinner. Like, how do I stop?
That's the one nice thing. That's why Zelda... We've had this kind of jokey discussion, the length of our friendship, about what's a better franchise, Zelda or Mega Man. And I mean, pretty much, I'm going for, like, pepperoni pizza in my argument. Zelda... It's kind of weird that Mario became the flagship of Nintendo in that Zelda 1 was, like, one of the most popular games. Zelda 2 was super popular. And then like Ocarina of Time was huge, and then Breath of the Wild has been the best-selling Nintendo game ever. So just kind of arbitrary, but yeah, Zelda is kind of accepted if you combine commercial and kind of critical success as the best Nintendo franchise. There's nothing that outlandish, but you know, we used to joke back and forth about what was a better game and why. And, you know, Zelda, it's pretty easy to die if you need to. You just find a spot to jump in. All right. You get your save state?
Yeah, I just did a save state. I'm here back at the beginning where I can redo my search all over again to see what I missed. But
all right. Well, thanks for watching. Sorry I couldn't beat Mike Tyson because I'm not used to the difference between Switch and original Nintendo, which I've actually heard. It's actually, I've heard the funny thing the other way. For like people who do speed runs, you want to play on the original Nintendo hardware because it responds to your inputs faster. But then that was actually the problem for me, is it was responding too fast for me to get the normal stars needed to beat Mike Tyson. So, one of these days.
Yeah.
Right.
That is interesting. And yeah, sorry to anyone who had watched me stumble through Metroid.
Didn't you do good? You got like...
I got the Varia suit. That's a big deal, I think, for being less frustrating to play.
All right.
Cool. It's been fun.
Yep. See you in 2 weeks, hopefully, provided nothing else goes on.
Sounds good.
All right. Peace.
See ya and good night.